Hello there, my name is Roxanne Webster.
I'm Jake Ginger.
We want to take a few minutes today and discuss with you the actual foreclosure process itself. If you are like a lot of the people who are pursuing loan modifications, at some point or another the bank is likely to initiate this process, and we want to make sure you understand it because it is a legal process and it's one that is difficult for you to find concise information on the internet.
Yeah, and it's an interesting process because at least the beginning portions of this process is uncertain. It all depends on the banks, it depends on what's going on with the banks and where they're at, as to how long they will wait as you don't make mortgage payments before they actually initiate the foreclosure process itself. And that process, when it does finally come and is started with a letter. It's a demand letter that's sent out by an attorney. It's a little jarring because it says two things. It says, first, this is a demand for payment for the full amount that's owed. So it could be a substantially large number. And it also says, if we don't receive payment, we will commence foreclosure in 30 days. And it freaks people out because...
You see two things, foreclosure and 30 days. This is, however, just a demand. This is them saying, hey, we're going to get nasty with you if you don't send us our money. So just because you see foreclosure in 30 days, don't start packing. What's going to happen next is you're going to receive what's called a notice of election and demand. And the notice of election and demand is the legal commencement of the foreclosure process. This is also going to be a jarring event.
Exactly.
They're going to tape it to your door. They're also going to send you multiple copies in the mail. They have legal requirements to notify you of this event, so they're going to make darn sure that it gets to you to every address they ever had for you. So you're going to receive that notice of election and demand. And then the bank has got 10 days to record that, which they do at the public trustee's office. The public trustee is a county public trustee. If you want to see information about the foreclosure of your particular property, we've got a link on our website at www.myhometeamdenver.com and go to the tab that says foreclosure prevention, and we've got links to all the public trustee sites and the portion of those sites where you can go in and do a search for your property and make sure that it's not in foreclosure, or of course you can call us and we'll help you with that as well. Several things are going to happen once the bank records the notice of election demand. Again, they've got 10 days to do it. You're going to get popular.
Very popular. We've seen up to hundreds of mailings, solicitations that will come through the mail.
People are going to knock on your door. A lot of folks at this point, because it's public knowledge, are going to come and offer you assistance. Again, we would caution you that if somebody's offering you a deal that sounds like too good a deal, it probably is too good of a deal. Anybody who's offering to make up your mortgage, anybody who says, hey, just quit claim the property over to me, any of these things, they range anywhere from really unethical to patently illegal. So make sure that you're running past these ideas past your team as well.
Yep. Again, another important part of making sure that you have that team and you have that team handy.
Yeah. So they're going to file, again, we have the notice of election and demand that is filed, then they've got 10 days to record it. The actual recording and public record of that notice of election and demand is what triggers 115 days until the public sale. Now, we're only doing a broad stroke here. There are some other dates in here that are important. There's a hearing about 30 days prior to the closing, to the public auction, but we just want you to understand the broad strokes. So they record it, and they've got 115 days to then have the foreclosure sale, which is in the form of an auction.
Mm-hmm. And the thing to remember about that auction is it truly is. It's an auction. There's a minimum price that's set by the bank. Just like on eBay, if you have a minimum bid, that's a minimum bid requirement, you have to exceed the minimum bid in order to purchase that item. Just like eBay, it's the same thing. With your home and the public trustees auction, if the bank comes out and says we want $200,000 for your home, somebody has to pay $201,000 to get the home. And not only is it just $201,000, but they have to come to the table with cash.
That's why you see fewer people buying these houses at public sale than either before the public sale, where they can buy it from you as a short sale, and actually get financing to do it, or after that auction when somebody else owns the property, and again they can get financing for it. Here's the thing to understand with the public auction. There are many ways for that date to be extended out. The two ways that the bank can extend that date, one is to actually pick up the phone and ask the public trustee to extend the date. They can do it for as long as they want. They can withdraw it. They're when initiating this legal process. They can stop it or delay it at any time. But given that this is a process that doesn't start until the bank places the first bid, there's a passive extension that can happen, where if the bank doesn't put the bid on that property, the foreclosure auction does not commence, and it automatically rolls out a week at a time. So when you're seeing a public sale that keeps rolling from week to week to week, that's just because the bank has not placed that opening bid and actually started the sale. There are a few other redemption periods at the end after this, if there are other lien holders, but for all intensive purposes, what you need to understand, broad strokes, you're going to get a demand letter, and then you're going to get a notice of election and demand. Notice of election and demand is the commencement of the foreclosure process. The bank has 10 days to record that. That recording triggers 115 days to the public sale. If the public sale goes on into effect and they actually do the auction at that 115th day, day 116, somebody else owns the property. We've touched on this before, but let's reassure you again. The next day, the sheriff isn't showing up with a crowbar.
They are. They're going to give you plenty of time to move your stuff out. The key is that you communicate with whatever entity the bank has hired to assist them in that process.
When somebody attempts to contact you, you call them back because they're attempting to arrange a peaceful transfer of this property. Here's the thing, the bank knows that with an attitude and a sledgehammer, you could do $30,000, $40,000 worth of damage to that house in no time at all. And they would like to avoid this since they are now going to be the proud owners of this asset that they're going to try to unload. So if they want to negotiate you leaving that property in good condition. So that gives you the leverage to buy yourself another 2 to 6 weeks to get out of the property, and sometimes a little bit of cash to hand it over in good condition. So answer that call, return that call, negotiate with them.
Exactly. I think it's your turn.
Is it my turn again?
It is your turn.
All right. Roxanne Webster,
Jake Ginger.
my home team and Keller Williams. Of course, as you know by now, I'm hoping, we are neither a government organization nor are we endorsed by any government organizations. And if you decided to use any of our services, we need you to understand that there is no guarantee that we're going to be able to impact the outcome of this. The only thing the bank ever agreed to do if you stopped paying your mortgage was take your house in foreclosure.
Again, give us a call if you have any questions or contact us by email at myteam@myhometeamdenver.com. We're more than happy to help you assimilate your team and have you help you through this process.
Thank you.
Have a great day.